today's episode, we talk about Nintendo Labo, the Solo a Star Wars Story trailer, and we find out that Toad's bulb isn't actually a hat. I'm Andrew Dornan, and this is my show, What's New? So, we're back after several months. For 6 months. It's been 6 months. The last episode was in August. And
yeah,
been trying a real hard effort to bring this show back, but unfortunately, it's not how things work in college. Hopefully, when I move back, this will be more of a regular thing. But right now, we're both very busy. By the way, this is Dan.
hello.
Yeah, Dan's here. All right, so first thing that we're gonna talk about is Solo: A Star Wars Story. Did you get a chance to see it?
To see it?
Yes, the trailer.
No.
Well, that's a running theme with the show. Solo: A Star Wars Story. The TV spot dropped during the Super Bowl, and then they dropped an even longer teaser trailer about a day or two after. Just looking at it, it looks like they're pulling some stuff from Legends, which is always neat, always welcomed. And there's a lot of interesting stuff. I kind of like the casting is pretty cool. I like the choices for Han Solo, Lando, and the mentor for Han Solo. Like he was pretty cool. He played the commander in War for the Planet of the Apes. That was pretty cool. But yeah, so I'm pretty stoked. Are you excited to see another Star Wars spin-off movie, or are you tired of Star Wars movies coming out every year?
Man, I guess I'm not tired of them because they're good. I did really like Rogue One, the last spin-off they made, so...
So that'll be interesting, because that one was more of a war story, and this one...
a character story.
Yeah, it's character-driven. So that would be pretty interesting. And I just had a thought. Like, what if there was, like, a main Star Wars film that was a war story? Like, that'd be pretty interesting to see. But yeah, so, I can't make a lot of speculation, because that's one thing I try not to do, is, like, speculate on what all is gonna happen, because it's, like, it's a teaser trailer that's only, like, a minute 40. And it's like, what all can you glean from the story and that? Like, you know, it's Han Solo. Like, do you need more? Like, well, yeah, you have Han Solo entering the Academy, flunking out, getting kicked out of the Academy for being Han Solo, and then getting the Falcon, and then being Han Solo. Do you need more?
Well, I think we can definitely tell already that they're gonna bring back X's favorite character from Legends. And they're gonna, like, bring back all these like different plot lines and stuff. And if they don't, I'm just gonna cry.
Yep, Dan decided to play the role of the average Star Wars fanboy for a minute there. Thank you for representing the audience.
You're welcome.
All right.
Yeah, that's for our audience. You suck. You suck.
Okay then. On to the next order of business. Nintendo Labo.
Oh yeah.
Have you gotten a chance to ever look at any of the Labo stuff? Formed an opinion?
I saw the trailer for it.
Do you think it's a cool concept?
It seems interesting. I'm not exactly sure how they're going to implement this yet, but I'll have to see kind of a more in-depth video to figure it out.
Yeah. I think I forget the name, but there's a Nintendo Focus news channel that does an in-depth look at it, and I think they did a pretty good job. I'll have to find it and send you the link afterwards. But yeah, I think it's going to be really cool. I don't have a Switch, so I can't get it. Rip, single tier.
Yeah, I don't have a Switch either, and even if I did, I don't, I try not to spend a whole lot of money on video games anymore.
Yeah. I mean, I would be all over that in a heartbeat. It's just, there was a tweet that I saw that was hilarious. I should have bookmarked it, but it was, like, you know how parents used to say kids are having more fun with the cardboard boxes than the actual toys? And it's a gif of Joey from Friends going, just had the brilliant idea face, and I was like, yeah, I feel like that's a perfect representation of Nintendo.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that was actually why they decided to do it.
Yeah. So that'd be interesting. I can't wait to get my hands on it. I'm more excited about the big robot suit thing, because it's super complicated to put together, because you have to put rubber like strings into it, so you have to like cut the strings and tie them and everything, but then once you do it, like, you're in a robot suit and you can use it to play a robot game, and it's just so cool. Like Nintendo is just like looking at stuff and goes, what if we went the other way and made the other way more fun? And that's what Nintendo's been doing with the Switch, and I just love it. So, but Dan, it's time to add a new thing to the format. And you know what this new thing is?
No.
It's a quiz.
Yeah. If I fail, I get kicked off the show.
Yep. Alright, so you ready?
Yep.
You are?
No.
Okay, too bad. So, here's our quiz. The first ever quiz to grace Andrew Dornan's What's New with its presence. So, question number 1. The new Nintendo Labo lets you create amazing things from cardboard and then interact with them using the Labo software, bringing your creations to life. Some of these kits include a piano, a house, and a robot suit. Dan, which musical instrument would you choose to be a Labo kit? A trombone, B, a wheel harp, C, a violin, or D, a guitar? Okay. Now, here's the thing. There's no wrong answer, but there is a best answer.
Okay. So let's think about this. Having a Labo trombone, I don't know how that works, because, like, how would you do this with a cardboard?
Well, the thing is, Labo uses the Joy-Cons.
So you could have the Joy-Cons and just move them out.
Yeah, I would say, yeah. And then each of the buttons would be like how much air you put into it.
I don't know. Now you say that, but I wonder if they're gonna make like a new Guitar Hero for the Switch. Just like have one Joy-Con.
Oh my god,
here,
yes, and you can
here.
feel the strings.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that would be so cool.
And then
also, this totally looked. Yeah. Never mind.
And.
But you have to choose an answer. So which one? Trombone, wheel harp, violin, or guitar for a Labo kit?
I think probably just whichever one is the simplest to do, which would most likely be the guitar.
Okay. So I will accept the answer, but I was really hoping you would answer wheel harp.
Oh, so that's why you put that oddly specific thing on the list.
Yep. Because I looked it up and I just looked at the wheel harp and I was in love. Anyways, moving on. There's only 3 questions, so, you know, it's all good. Question number 2. There are multiple games one can play with the Labo kits. Which one of these is not a real thing you can do with Nintendo Labo? A, hold a recital, B, catch some fish, C, enter a motorbike race, or D, fly a spaceship. Hint, there is a real answer.
I'm gonna guess it's fly a spaceship.
Ah, damn, you were right.
Let me show you my rationale behind that.
Okay.
We were just talking about instruments, so I knew it wasn't A. Motorbike, all you need is the 2 Joy-Cons and doing this. And as far as a spaceship, you need like a billion different buttons, and you can't get that with the 2 Joy-Cons.
I mean, you could play a space sim with a controller. Just look at Galaxy on Fire 2 and
Don't you use your phone for that?
Yeah, but it's also on PC and you use like 4 buttons max.
So you could play Galaxy on Fire on a Nintendo Switch, is what you're saying.
I mean, yeah.
Well, so is that question technically wrong then?
No, because it's not, flying a spaceship is not a thing you can do with Nintendo Labo, so you did get it right.
But it could be.
If Nintendo sees this, hi, welcome to the show, and also, please do something with spaceships. I will love you forever. But moving on. Question number 3. Nintendo Labo almost didn't get its ESRB rating because the cleaning crew nearly threw it away. Daniel, because they thought it was trash. Daniel, what project did you nearly throw away but stopped yourself?
Literally every project I've ever worked on.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. So, like, you would work on a project, and then you would just leave it there, and then you forgot that's the project you were working on and threw it away? Or almost?
You mean literally threw it away?
Yeah.
I thought you meant like in that like you gave up on it.
No, I meant like you were working on something, and then you left to go do something else, and then like a few days, weeks, or even a year later, you come back to it and you're like, "What is this?" And you throw it away, but you almost throw it away, but you stop yourself and you're like, "Wait, no, this is something that I need to finish."
I can't. The closest thing I can think of to that was one time in 2nd grade. My elementary school had this really one of those weird things that elementary schools did, and I had an auction, and I won like this play set of the Whomping Willow from Harry Potter. And so I had it in my closet, and I like played with it sometimes. Then one day my mom walked into my closet for some reason, and she stepped on one of the pieces, and she looked down, she thought that it was dog poop, and she threw it away.
Rip.
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, that actually really blows, man. Now I'm sad.
I wasn't actually that upset.
But now I'm sad. Alright, well, now it's time for the thing that you've all come here to see. And it's us talking about how a Super Mario Odyssey developer, or I think it was producer, it was the producer who finally settled the debate of whether Toad has that big bulb as part of its head or its hat. So the producer weighed in, and this producer's name is Yoshiaki Koizumi. I'm so sorry. Anyways, so he weighed in and stated that yes, that big bulb on Toad's head is part of his body. It is not a hat, which makes that scene in the Super Mario Super Show cartoon thing a lot more disturbing. How Toad just takes it off and just cries into it, wrings it out. It's like, oh my god, that's part of your head.
That's not canon, so I think we're
That's
okay.
True, but it's still disturbing to think about. Just like rip.
Like the SpongeBob with Kevin the Cucumber.
Oh god.
If you've seen that, you know what I'm talking about.
Oh god, I know exactly what you're talking about. Oh.
I do have a couple of things to add to the story.
Oh.
First of all, I'm not. What makes you think that that's the reason why people watch this video? Maybe they wanted to hear about the new Star Wars movie.
Maybe that's also that is a fair point. If you came for Star Wars, thank you. If you came for Nintendo Labo, thank you. Thank you to everyone who tuned in for whatever reason you might have.
And my second comment, I've just realized, is not actually related whatsoever, so I'm just gonna cut it.
Oh, okay. But also there's some other fun tidbits in this article, like how he addresses fans questions about Mario's relationships with Peach and Pauline, and he's so wonderful. He commented with, "I would appreciate it if we could respect the privacy of those three at this time." Take that, fans.
Well, that reminds me of whenever someone asked Shigeru Minamoto who Bowser Jr.'s mom was, and he was pointing at himself.
Yeah, he was like, It was so perfect. God bless everyone at Nintendo. They're just wonderful people. Yeah, that was, man, that was a lot of fun. All right, so did you enjoy that quiz?
Yeah, I suppose so.
You suppose so. All right, so now it's time for another new edition called the bonus story. Are you ready for the bonus story? You should know what the bonus story is. Would you like to introduce it?
A bonus story? You didn't tell me! You didn't tell me! Ah! No, I'm just kidding. I'm ready for the bonus story.
The bonus story for today, actually, real quick, before we get into it, I would just like to state what qualifies for our bonus story. It's something that is local to whoever is writing the show, which I guess 100% of the time so far it's been me. So whatever is local to me, in this case it's the University Star at Texas State University, and they wrote a very well done piece on the Texas State Bookstore possibly undergoing new management. And we actually have the paper here. It's behind the camera, and I actually gave it to Dan to read, although I'm not sure if you could read it. It's behind the camera.
Oh yeah, actually, I remember now.
Yeah, I'm not sure how well you could read it because I was underlining and making notes all over the story.
Well, I can still read it.
Oh, okay. It's kind of interesting because I need to pull this up because I've forgotten all the key dates. But it's really interesting because what the bookstore's doing, what a lot of people think college bookstores, first of all, people think college bookstores are just out to get your money, but like they don't even, like, textbooks are really hard to make a profit on because the people who make the textbooks charge such a high amount. And so, like, you know, bookstores like the Texas State Bookstore and even the bookstore at, you know, Reservoir College has to mark it up, they can only mark it up so high to be able to still sell them. And so they don't really turn a profit. Most of their profit comes from, you know, snacks and school supplies and that stuff. So people think that the bookstore gets all the money from the book sales, and I just gotta say, if you're one of those people, don't be one of those people. That'd be great. As someone who's worked in a bookstore and had to hear with every single complaint imaginable by a student about textbooks, please, for the love of God, stop complaining about textbooks. Yes, we know. Shut up. Also, now that rant is done, the bookstore, what here at Texas State, what they're hoping to accomplish. That was my tablet. What the bookstore is hoping to accomplish by bidding out the store to a much bigger textbook or just a bigger bookstore managing company is that hopefully in the long term it'll actually lower the cost of textbooks to students, because right now they are just like their own company, like they're not owned by any other company. So it's truly a local store when you think about it. It's not really like a branch or a chain or anything. So they can't, because they're just a small company, they have a hard time getting deals on the textbooks that they purchase as stock. And so one of the big goals that they're hoping to get, which really stuck out to me in the piece, was that by being owned by a bigger company, that bigger company could get better deals from bulk purchases from these wholesalers, and then having that discounted price from the wholesalers means that the stores can sell them at a discounted rate. And so that's one of the hopes to come out of this. There are some important dates. So they went up to start bidding on January 8th, so right before the semester started. And then the bidding itself will end on February 19th. So that's in what is today, the 6th? That's
13 days.
Yep, thank you. And then after the bidding ends, it goes to a board of regents, and they look over and approve it. And they have meetings on May 18th and 19th all day, and that's hopefully when we will see a final decision. And then for renovations, they're thinking one, the current employees of the bookstore, assuming they don't leave on their own accord, they should be able, they will be able to keep their jobs. Not sure will, because it was part of the bid agreement. And also the remodeling will happen either this upcoming summer or next spring break 2019. So yeah. Do you have any comments?
Yes, I have a few comments.
Sweet.
First of all, whenever I read the story earlier, I did not realize that the Texas State Bookstore is actually
Sorry about that. Camera stopped recording. Continue.
I didn't realize that the Texas State Bookstore is being independently run. I thought that they were just going to give it from one business to the next. And I didn't realize that was the case, that they're kind of like making it going from local to being part of a chain, kind of. And it's kind of interesting. I think what it sounds like it is an issue of what they call economies of scale, which basically means some things are perfectly fine being done with single independent franchises, like say food places. You can have a single restaurant without any other branches, and they'll still do its job well. But there's also some things like car manufacturing, which has to be done on a nationwide scale to be efficient at all. And I never thought about textbooks as one of those things which should be on a larger scale rather than a smaller one. But it might be a good point, because it's one thing if it's like a used textbook store, like a local used textbook store. That's not what this is. This is all for new textbooks. So I think this could actually be a pretty smart decision on the university's part.
Yeah. So what I'm hopeful, whatever keeps students from complaining about high textbook costs and saving them money, I'm all for. And so hopefully, that'll be sweet.
You don't want people to save money. You just want them to stop complaining about it.
Okay, yeah, you got me there. I can't even complain about textbook sales to someone at the bookstore, because I know it's not their fault.
Right.
Anyways, that has been this show. I hope you like the new format of a quiz and an additional bonus story. All the links and whatnot are down in the description below. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's it. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please like, favorite, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already subscribed. If you didn't like the video, that's why the dislike button is there, and tell us why you didn't like in the comment section below. I'm Andrew Dornan. I will see you guys in the next episode for some more Andrew Dornan's What's New. Bye-bye.
Bye.